Hey, what's up, you guys? Spencer here, and today we're doing another virtual tour. Jessica, where are we?
Yeah, okay, so right now we are in the University Village community. The University Village community can be broken down into three sections. There's University Village, which has the same name. There's Rogers Road, and there's Brandon Oaks. So today, for our tour, we're going to be showing you two spaces within this community. One is an expanded space in University Village, and the other is a 2-bed, 1-bath in Rogers Road. So the students that live in the University Village community, in all three of those sections, are undergraduate students, graduate students, and students with families. So right now we're going to start with where undergraduate students live. This is an expanded space. This is where incoming first-year students will live, or they have the option to live. And before we go into it, I'll also say University Village is located across the street from the intramural fields, kind of wherever you are, because the intramural fields are really big. Intramural fields, the health center, down the street from Joe Frank Harris Dining Commons, and there's a lot of great natural space around here. There's playgrounds, there's basketball courts, tennis courts.
Lake Herrick.
Yeah, Lake Herrick's right there. So there's a lot of stuff happening on this side of campus. There's a lot of places to be. But yeah, so we want to start with the kitchen, or we want to explain what expanded housing is?
Let's explain what expanded housing is.
Words are hard. Okay, so expanded housing is essentially a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment that is converted into a space for 2 incoming first-year students to live in. So they get all the same furniture that they would get if they were living in, say, like a double with community bath style hall. But the only difference is that they're living in a full apartment instead of just the room. So it comes with the bedroom, the kitchen, the living room, and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sound good? Make sense?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, great. So Spencer, right now, where are we in this area?
Yeah, so now we are in the kitchen. The kitchen comes with a stove, a fridge, and a sink. So you will need to bring your own microwave if you want those microwavable dinners. That's one thing. Also, there is so much cabinetry here in the kitchen, so plenty of space to store your utensils because you need to bring those because those are not provided. Students really love this feature because if they don't necessarily want to have a meal plan, then they can cook right here in their unit. And if they just want to cook like cookies at 12 a.m., because I said that in every tour, but like if they just want to cook cookies at 12 a.m.
People love cookies.
Right, so if you want to cook cookies with your friends, like right in your little apartment, then you can do that.
Yeah.
So really cool. Now we're moving into the living space. The living space is really cool because you can make it into what you want it. If you want it to be a living room, you can do that. If you want to bring your desk out of the bedroom into here and make it like a home office, you can do that. Or if you want to bring out the whole other bed and put it in here and make it into almost a 2-bedroom, you can do that as well. It's really like whatever you want to do, but most of the students make it into like a living room space, put a futon, put a TV, and then just make it into like a little social area.
Yeah, so this is the only space that wouldn't come furnished with, if you're living in an expanded space for first-year students, this is the only space that wouldn't come with furniture. So the furniture we're referring to outside of like a futon or other furniture that you bring yourself, some students bring it out from the room and into this section.
Right.
You'll also notice that there are a lot of outlets along the side, so that's really great if you do want to make it into an office or you just want to have extra lighting, lamps, fun fairy lights, to kind of customize the space. But yeah, right now it's really just a blank canvas, so you can really make it into whatever you want.
Yeah.
Spencer, after you, where are we going next?
Yeah, so we're going to head into the little bedroom space. First, we're going to stop at the closet. So the closet has the hot water heater in it, but there's also this closet space right here, and there's a little partition. So each resident receives their own little closet space and the shelf up here to store your shoes and things like that. And now we're going to move into the actual bedroom. So in the actual bedroom, it comes with 2 desks, 2 desk chairs, 2 twin XL beds, and also 2 chest of drawers over here in front of me. But the thing is these are actually stacked, so it looks like one thing, but it's not. And you can rearrange this room however you want. You can also raise or lower the beds. That's an option. And once again, this furniture is only included because it is expanded housing. In basic UV configurations, this will be a blank canvas.
Yeah. There's also in-room temperature control. Words are hard. in both the bedroom and in the living room space. So if you're somebody that likes to sleep a little bit cooler than you do like to study, then that's another way you can kind of customize it to fit you and your roommate's needs.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Now we have the bathroom. So the bathroom is shared by both residents. And yeah, there's a sink over there to the right and a mirror, and then there's the toilet and the shower.
You'll want to make sure you bring your own shower curtain if you come. Usually that's another way that students really like to personalize their space is by showing off their fun shower curtain.
Yeah.
Okay, so Spencer, tell me about some of your friends. You had some friends that lived here and expanded.
So my friends really loved it here because it gave them the opportunity for one roommate to sleep while the other roommate maybe socialize with friends and things. So one roommate would go over to the bedroom side and be able to go to sleep because she was an early rester, while my other friend was able to hang out with her friends a little bit longer and have that option. So
yeah, absolutely. So they were able to. Oh, and you also said about ordering insomnia cookies, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
they're able to get them straight to their front door, so they don't have to go through a lobby or anything. The delivery person can come right to their front door, and ta-da.
Yeah. And speaking of deliveries, there's also the mail system here, which is a little bit different, but also kind of the same. So the residents will get a key to their room, and they're the only ones that have access to this external door. You can see there's like the screen door, and then there's the regular door that actually closes. You get that key will open up a mailbox, which is usually located in the building. That's where you'll get small packages and pieces of mail that are small that can fit in there. If it doesn't fit in the mailbox, the package will actually be delivered straight to your door, so you don't have to wait for the mail room. You can just actually pick it up right outside your door and see whenever it's delivered.
Right, and if it's past 10 p.m. and you're locked out of your room, then you will have to go over to Rooker Hall because that is a 24-hour desk here in UB.
Yeah.
But there's also a community office here if you happen to lock yourself out between the hours of 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. Or if you have any questions, you can go by there. There's also a printing station there and some computers that you can use, and there's a little community space that you can reserve for your organizations or club meetings and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing I was going to say was about the security here. So we don't have any type of access doors that you would come through to live in one of the University Village apartments, but we do have, but you do still have the key lock, so the key lock that only the residents have access to. And then we also have nighttime security staff. They're uniformed housing security staff that patrol the perimeter just to make sure that the building is in good order, residents are secure, and so all of that. And all of that is still available in addition to having 24-hour on-call staff. So there's the pro staff that answer the phone whenever something happens. There's a 24-hour desk, so if you ever need to talk to somebody, there's always somebody there. So the security measures that we have in other parts of campus also extend here to the University Village community.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Jessica, where are we headed next?
Yeah, we're going to go over to the Rogers Road section of University Village, and we're going to see a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. This is going to be more of a traditional graduate student space, so it's not going to be furnished. We're going to talk a little bit more about graduate housing over there.
And we're back. Jessica, tell us where we are. Well, tell me where we are.
Yeah, I'll tell you where we are. So right now we are in Rogers Road. Rogers Road is one of those sections we talked about earlier within the University Village community. University Village has a bunch of different configurations. Right now we're in more of what a graduate student or a student with a family would live in. In the University Village community, there's a lot of different types. So there's 1-bed, 1-bath apartments. There's 2-bed, 1-bath apartments. There's 2-bed, 2-bath apartments. There's also apartments that have in-unit laundry, so they come with a washer and dryer. There are other types that have 2-bed, 1-bath, but it's a roommate option. So you would pay a rate that's independent of your roommate. So we're not going to show you every single one of those configurations because that's a lot, and also we still have some people living with us. But what we are going to show you today is a space that's pretty representative of any of the spaces that you would find regardless of where you're living. So this one that we're in right now is in Building M, and it is a 2-bed, 1-bath apartment with a roommate option. So the residents that would live here would be either graduate students or students with families, most likely graduate students. And they would live in the 2 bedrooms, and one rate would be independent of the other person's rate. So all of that. Yeah, and
The rate includes?
Yeah, good point. Okay, so the rate includes everything. So when graduate students pay their rate, they pay it by a month, and that includes the cost of the space. It includes utilities like electricity, water, Wi-Fi. We don't have gas stoves or electric stoves. So all of that, you don't have to worry about like setting up the Wi-Fi in your name. It's just all included. It's one bill. It's one less thing to worry about while you're here pursuing your graduate studies.
Right, and it's on campus, so it's like really, I mean, you got bus stops, you got the intramural fields, you have really
there's a lot of green
close.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Especially over here, there's playgrounds, so we do have students that have families, younger kids. So there's a lot of great community space. There's hiking trails, the intramural fields like you were talking about, Lake Herrick, the health center is right up the street. So there's a lot of space out here. A lot of residents really like that you just kind of get a little bit more elbow room out here.
Right. Exactly. Well, here is the kitchen. The kitchen comes with your standard appliances. We have our stove, the sink, and dishwasher and fridge. The thing about these apartments versus expanded housing is that these apartments come completely unfurnished. The only thing that you receive is your appliances. So that just leaves you the more opportunity to customize your space. Here we have the living room space. A lot of students will bring in their futons and their TVs. And I find this, like the unfurnished apartments to be a pro, because then you are able to bring in that comfy futon and bring in that 75-inch screen TV and really just have whatever you want to have in the space.
And we found a lot of graduate students end up having their own furniture anyway, so it makes sense for them to be in a space where they can move that stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we have this little linen closet right here. This is where students will store their sheets and their towels. And then also we have the bathroom. So like Jessica said, this only comes with one bath, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. But bring your own shower curtain and things like that, because that is not provided. Now our first room. One really cool feature about this apartment, well, any unit here, is that each room receives their own little air conditioner. So if you want to keep your room really cold, where your roommate likes to sleep in more of a hotter setting, then that's an option for you. And then also there's a closet here, and pretty standard. Like I said, unfurnished, personalize it the way you want.
And then we move into the other bedroom in this space. Like we said earlier, this is a 2-bed, 1-bath apartment that's roommate option, so 2 separate tenants would be living here. But you could also find this style in a 2-bed, 1-bath apartment that's not a roommate option, and you would just be paying for both rooms. This room is just what you would expect. It's a standard room. It comes with in-room temperature control. There is a bigger closet in this room, so this one goes a little bit towards the wall, and it has more like in-depth closet space. So what we've noticed, what a lot of residents that live in this configuration will do, is they'll actually work together to figure out how they want to divvy up the communal storage space, so that way each resident has enough room for all of their belongings. So did we show them the community?
No. Okay. Speaking of which, we'll show them that before we go to the community laundry room.
Yeah.
So here is the one big community storage space. It can be used as a pantry, it can be used as a cleaning closet, or it can be used as extra storage in general, or all three. Really large space. Yeah, you can really customize the storage however you want. So even if we said that that is what we would interpret as a linen closet, if you wanted to make that your pantry, that's totally cool too. Exactly. All right, so now we're going to go out. We're actually going to walk over to the community laundry room. Yeah, and like we said, if your unit doesn't come with an in-room laundry, then it will come with community laundry, and you can check out the different rates for those as well on our website. And here is the community laundry room. So it comes pretty standard with a folding table. The laundry rooms start by the push of a button, so there's no reason to bring those quarters or coins, but you do need to bring your own detergent because that is not provided. But and your key is going to gain you access to the laundry room, so non-residents are not able to come into this space. And their key will gain them access to their mailbox and the mailroom. Yeah, so there's a mail area actually over in that back corner where your mailboxes are housed, and that's where you'll go if you have small packages or envelopes that you need to get to. But actual big packages that don't fit in that space would be delivered straight to your door. Right. Yeah, all right, so we are back in the apartment. There are, like we said earlier, there's a lot of green space out here. There's a lot of hiking trails. There's a lot of playgrounds, areas to just kind of be outside. There's a community garden. But I know that a lot of people are going to have a lot more questions. So Spencer, if people have more questions about graduate housing,
family housing, where can they go to get some more information?
Yeah, they can go to housing.uga.edu to find out all the information about rates, configurations, mattress sizes, furnished, unfurnished, things like that. Go to our website, check it out, and yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining with us one more time for a 360-degree tour. We really appreciate it. We hope you have a great day. Go Dogs!
Bye!